Camera's rolling.
Okay. Hello, everybody. I'm Onaje, and this is Mad Gravity Studios. We are doing an interview today for someone that you've seen in a lot of the videos. Grant Dujay.
Aloha, brother.
Yeah, baby.
What's up?
Yeah, so we were interviewing Grant today because some of y'all, we did a poll on the Instagram, and some of y'all said y'all wanted to see that. So here we go.
Sweet.
All right, man. So hey, Grant, how you doing today, man?
I'm good, Onaje. How are you, sir?
I'm doing pretty good. We just shot a video with you. He's one of the first artists we were filming consistently. So we've worked with you a lot. I forgot that. Yeah,
we've done 5 videos together. Yeah. I think. You definitely made some of my projects come alive. You know, definitely got me put the visual to the song. You know? And I really appreciate you guys believing in me.
Yeah, oh yeah, man. So the way we know Grant is back in Hawaii, we were all in an acting class together. I specifically was in the acting class with you. I remember seeing you, and I remember you being really funny, man. You were really funny in that class. But when you said that you actually rapped for real, I kind of knew it because we had to do this thing in the class one time where you had to bring a song and you had to sort of lip sync the song. And Grant, you did a Tupac song.
No, it was a Scarface.
It was Scarface song. Yeah. And Grant came decked out, he had a bandana on. He had the set dress with machete. This was cool. He was so into it. So I was like, oh shit, okay, Grant likes hip hop. Okay. So when we ran into you again here, and then he's like, oh, hey, you remember Grant? I was like, yeah. He's like, he does music. I was like, oh, really? He's like, yeah, you want to hear a song? I was like, okay. And then I heard you rap, and I was like, oh, that makes so much sense. So how long have you been rapping, man?
Man, I recorded my first song when I was 14.
14?
In a crisp recording studio, Fayetteville, Arkansas. Mm-hmm. But I've been writing, dude, since I was a kid. I mean, my mom, I grew up listening to hip hop, man. Predominantly black community. That's where I'm from, and that's what UGK, Scarface, Outkast, big influential people that I listened to, and I just was into it as soon as I could got into music. Yeah. You know what I mean? You know when you start remembering songs and shit, and you're like, I knew every word to all these songs, and I knew from then, man, I wanted to create my own. So.
Okay, all right, that's good, man. So some of those artists I'm not as familiar with, but I know they're Southern artists. What do you say? What is it about? What do you think? What do you think about Southern rap? That's the thing that you like about it that really caught you. That you're like, wow, man, what is this? I want to do this.
Well, being from the South and Houston was a big hub for underground hip hop music, especially in the night, Chopped and Screwed stuff. UGK, Zero, all these they were all kind of underground, and you didn't really know about it unless you were from the South, from Louisiana, Arkansas, all these places. And that's the Southern hip hop I like. I don't really like the new stuff that's coming out of the South. There's still some good artists that are Big Crit's type. Yeah. CK, he's from Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Y'all got to check him out. He's just blowing up right now. Yeah. But there's some good, but I feel like a lot of it's turned into everybody just wants that sound right now. Yeah. You know what I mean? Even New York dudes right now are trying to sound like they're from Atlanta and shit. Yeah. And I don't know, man. Just be yourself. Yeah. I mean, that's what influenced me, but it's still, I do Southern hip hop, but man, I'm doing me. You know what I mean? I do my stuff. Yeah. And I don't want to do, I'm not trying to copy no trends, bro.
Yeah, okay. So you, because of some of those artists, you came up in what is considered the golden age of hip hop, the 90s. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So coming from that time period of that golden age, do you think that affects when you're listening to different kind of rap music of how you assess it a little bit because you're comparing it to that 90s kind of stuff?
For sure. I mean, you look at, I ain't disrespecting nobody. The culture's evolving, and you always gonna have even you got 100 shitty artists, you're still gonna find like 5 dope artists.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That are really like doing their craft. As long as you doing your craft and doing you, I feel like I ain't got no beef with you. But I mean, looking at it from like with that 90s era of hip hop, these rappers need to come with it. Dog. That's all I gotta say. These rappers, they need to come with it. They need to put some love and time into that shit. Yeah. Everybody just wants to hit it. Same cadence, same everything. It's just, it's old, man. I hear the same song by 20 different artists. You know? So it's just.
Because that is, I asked that because I noticed with you when I was listening to your rap songs that like you can spit. Like your lyrics are not like these sing-songy kind of trap hip hop thing. They're like pretty dense flows. Like I was like, whoa, okay. So it makes sense when you say that kind of stuff. So like, what do you think if someone were to like listen to you? Like, what do you think are things that are part of your style that like, yeah, as an artist, this is something I definitely try to put into my music and put across to like listeners.
This is what people that listen to my music, I want them to grab something out of it. Like I want like that feeling, them to have that feeling like when you were listening to something, when you listen to Tupac, like never had a friend like me. Like you're like, damn, this dude's talking about some crazy real shit. You know what I mean? And like you get that nostalgic feeling like, oh man. And it helps you in some kind of way. And that's what I want my music to do. I want my music to touch people. I want to be able to tell stories. I want somebody to be able to put my song on when they're feeling a certain way and either it uplift them or get them out of that headspace, out of whatever they're thinking about doing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I try to create. I just try to create substance, bro. Yeah. It's all about substance, you know? Yeah. You can say a bunch of shit, but what are you saying? Yeah. You can rhyme, what are you saying? Yeah. Like, you gotta fucking come with that shit, bro. Yeah. You gotta come with what you feeling here. It don't matter where you're from. It don't matter what you've been through. It's just, what have you done? Somebody else can relate, guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't want to talk about money. I don't really want to talk about drugs. I mean, unless I'm tripping my balls off. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you know when you hear a song, you hear that song, you're like, that's a classic. That forever will be a classic. Yeah. And that's what I want to create. I don't want to create club shit. I don't want to create none of that shit. Yeah. I create this shit for people who really enjoy hip hop. Yeah. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I'm a white dude. And that's what's crazy is like, I'm white.
That is what's crazy.
It is what's crazy. I'm white and I don't, like, sometimes I'm like, why am I doing this? I don't want to just be a fucking white rapper. Yeah. And I know that sounds like, I ain't trying to bring race involved, but it's a culture, man. And I just want to stay true to the culture.
Yeah. No, I feel that because, like, a rap nowadays is not respected, dude. Like I don't, honestly, like, I'm a big rap head and stuff. I, like, nowadays rap, I definitely less respected than, you know, back in the day, you know, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, you know, like I definitely less respected just because like it's gotten, like you said, it's gotten to this trend where like people are trying to hear like a specific noise or like sound and everything sounds the same and everybody's trying to hit that sound and it's
that,
like,
that ad lib.
Who the fuck are you?
Like,
exactly.
Man, you gotta come from here, you gotta come from your heart, you know, and that's what it's lacking right now. I mean, J. Cole's killing that.
Yeah, he's killing the game.
Kendrick and like all these, there's a lot of good rappers I can name.
Yeah, some old ones. A lot of old ones are killing the game still.
And even if you want to talk about trap stuff, talk about that shit. Yeah. But talk about it in your way. That's how I feel about it.
Be soulful about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't be like, oh yeah, I just fucked your bitch.
I like Kevin Gates.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Kevin Gates be like he be talking about that shit, but he just, you can tell, like he's telling a story. Or he's talking about experience, you know?
Yeah. Yes. Or like Russ, like a lot of people underestimate him. But like
I like
just Russ. Artists like that. Like, they actually know how to put this soul into stuff. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel that, man. That's crazy that you said that actually.
So what was it like growing up in Arkansas, like your childhood and whatnot? Like what was that like growing up there?
I'm gonna tell y'all that people sleep on Arkansas, man. like as far like people sleep on Arkansas. Man, I'm from a town called McGee, Arkansas. It's a little town, 4,000 people. And yeah, it's Cottonfield town. Like this goes back to like the slave days, bro. Like, and it's predominantly, I would say it's about half and half. But I grew up in a neighborhood where it's predominantly black, and like that's how it was, man. That's how, and it was the South, bro. Yeah. The racial tension was high. Like you had the white folks on one side of town, you had black folks on one side of town, and it was like, don't you date my daughter. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like shit like that. Oh, and it was just fucking, it was tense growing up there, especially like being me and I would hop into freestyle circle and being the only white dude, I had to come with them bars, bro. Yeah. And I mean, but what was great is, that's what's great about this. If you come with some heat and in Arkansas, like and all around, it don't matter what you are. That's what's cool about hip hop is if you got it, you're welcomed. You're welcomed here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it don't matter.
Rappers or musicians, rappers don't discriminate. Let me tell you, like they only like if you're a cold ass rapper and like you're just in the middle of it and you're doing your shit, like people are gonna be like, oh, I fuck with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The only people, I don't know why people hate on like, you know what I mean? Like on shit that I'm not really sure though, but continue.
No, I get what you're saying. It's just one of those things. I mean, if you got bars, you got bars.
Yeah.
But Arkansas in general, man, it's hood. It's got hospitality though. I mean, you can come there and get some chicken and some biscuits and gravy and all that shit, and then you can get your ass whooped on the corner, like all that stuff. You know what I mean? So. Yeah. It's like going back in time. That's what I feel like. Every time I go back there, like cotton fields, where they still got hanging trees. Ooh. Yeah, like it's like that. Yeah. I mean, it depends what part of Arkansas, but I'm from Southeast Arkansas. Yeah. That's like 30 minutes from Mississippi. Yeah. An hour from Louisiana. Ooh, okay. So like I'm right there, just where all that shit went down. Like, and it's just you can just feel it. It's still there. It's thick there, you know. And I want to break that shit up, man. Yeah. I want to break that shit up. I want to represent for my state, and I want to fucking put it on. And we need to kill all that shit. You know, crush all that shit with love, bro. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Cause like here or in Hawaii, when it ain't like. I mean, you get that, but it ain't.
It's not like the South.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't no don't date my daughter shit or like that. You know, and that shit needs to go, bro. Yeah. That shit's some old time thinking, you know. Yeah. And but coming from that humbled me for sure, you know. Yeah. And then 4,000 people. Then I joined the army. I was living in Hawaii. And fucking shit.
Yeah. Okay. And then another thing I wanted to bring up too is like having worked with you a couple times and listening to your music. I do notice your rhymes tend to have like a lot of like spirituality or like they mention like psychedelics or geometric shapes and whatnot. So, like so that spirituality, I've been noticing it. Like, so is that something you've always had in your life, that sort of spirituality, or was that something you like gained later?
I used to be talking about depressing shit, and I still do. Like this Dead Ego album, I'm calling it Dead Ego because it's my dead ego. Or my ego's not dead, but it's a dead piece of me talking. Yeah. And it's a lot of depressing stuff. But through working with psychedelics, these are medicines to me. Yeah. Psychedelics, marijuana, all these things can be medicines. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And they're from the earth. Mm-hmm. Dealing with that and the experiences I've had with them, just, man, it opened me up to like, I don't have to cave in on my problems when I can express outward with love, bro. Yeah. Like, and that sounds cheesy on that 4-letter word love, but I mean, that's all it takes, bro. And that's what I'm trying to, and you've seen my music kind of like slowly go into that, probably like into like more like talking about the type of stuff I've been talking about, like meditative state and stuff like that, is because that's what we need to be talking about, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, and I'm trying to create something new. I feel like that subject ain't been hit hard on in the hip hop community. Yeah, that's right. And I feel like that's an avenue that I'm making my own avenue right now. Like I found my avenue. Like I can talk about all these other things, but I'm trying to bring people together. Yeah. Positive shit. Yeah. You got depression. Maybe fucking psychedelics can help you. Mm-hmm. Maybe talking to somebody about your mental health, like going to these things and doing this stuff. Like we tend to like keep our problems on us. Yeah. If I open up with mine and be honest with this shit, maybe others will too. Yeah. You know, maybe a little ripple effect.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, because like you did mention that you were in the military, and I have noticed with some people that I've known who are military is like sometimes when they're within that sort of like regimented system, when they get out, they like let loose a little bit more because it's just so rigid. Did you feel like your time in the military was like that, where like it like boxed you in and stuff? Like,
man, I just didn't feel creative when I was in the like. I did hip hop way before I got in the military. Yeah. Like I said, I did songs when I was 14, recorded my first one. But when I got in the military, that creative juice was just sucked out of me because I was worried about other shit. I was worried about literally like life and death type shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Killing people on a chalkboard. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like just practicing that shit. Yeah. And when hip hop came, I just didn't have energy for it, man. Yeah. And so when I got out, it did take a while to when I got to like degress from that and realize the biggest eye opener for me is how fucked up our government is, bro. You know what I mean? Like all that, I ain't gonna get into no conspiracies. Yeah. I ain't saying I know anything, but I'm just saying shit is fucked up. Yeah. And knowing that I was a part of that and I took part in that, it kind of weighed on me a little bit. Yeah. But I broke with that experience. It made me what I am. Yeah. Without that, I probably wouldn't have been what I did. But it did. I was tense, man, and I used to shave my head and held myself. You guys used to see me. I remember that, and I was kind of crazy. I'd come in stoned and drunk and coked out sometimes in fucking acting class. I was just trying to degress, bro.
Yeah. Are you from the film school too?
Huh?
You from the film school?
No. He went to.
I went to college in Hawaii with these guys.
Oh, why? Yeah. What the? Okay, I was actually. I noticed that, and I thought you guys just met here actually.
No.
So we've known each other for 10 years now.
A little while, like
10 years.
Almost, yeah. Close.
It's coming up on that.
Like 8 years.
Yeah, it's coming up on that.
So, what school or like what were you guys like? What was it?
We were in I met these guys in was it?
Leeward Community College.
Leeward Community College. Yeah. And what class were we? Drama.
Betty Burdick's
Theater
drama
101.
Class.
I did that too. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah, these were some bad motherfuckers, bro.
Oh my god,
dude, they were some good actors. I used to have to come prepared with these guys.
You said I had that shit read and everything.
Yeah, man, that was a while.
That is
because these dudes inspired me because they are a little bit younger than me, right. And like seeing you guys not like break out, like how y'all were so comfortable outside your shell. I was so like being out of the military. I was so like I can't do this or I'm being judged for this. Yeah, it helped like watching you young guys. Help me break through judgment. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like that acting class, those 2 acting classes I took were probably one of the best things that happened to me. Like very influential, just like not giving a fuck what people think. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, and that's held me back a lot.
That was one of the things that like I remember seeing you in that class is like I remember because like you looked like you were military because I grew up on a military base, so like I kind of know the look. So I was like, I wonder how this guy's gonna be. But you did a pretty good job of being like pretty fearless and pretty open. Like if Betty gave you something, you were like, okay. She'd be like, Grant, and you were like, okay, and you would just get up and do it and stuff. But yeah, so you would say that the acting class had helped you.
And Miss Burdick was awesome. I never did no homework. Thank God she passed me. Shout out Miss Burdick. But no, man, the acting class was definitely it showed me what my capabilities could be. Yeah. And I was trying to I was done with music. Like at that time I met you guys. Yeah. That's when that music was on the back burner too. Yeah. Like I hadn't got back into it. So it was like I was trying to find other avenues. I also did stand-up comedy. Yeah. Like I was doing all these things trying to like express myself creatively. Yeah. But in the end, it never gave me the same feeling as music does.
Yeah. Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah. For sure. But you were mentioning your album Ego Destiny. You're saying it's gonna go more into that spirituality. Do you think that gaining that kind of spirituality helped your life, like helped you deal with things maybe that like maybe you were kind of weighing you down and whatnot? Like,
for sure, man. Like there's a point in my life, bro, like my best friend Manny died like a couple years ago, and bro, I didn't believe in nothing, dude. Like I was waiting to die, dog. Like that's how I felt inside. Wow. Like I was just like, and you hear it in I talk about suicide a lot because I dealt with that shit. Like there was times where I had to like talk myself out of killing myself, bro. Wow. You know what I'm saying? And as bad as that was, writing that music helped me purge that shit.
Yeah.
I'm talking about dark shit.
Yeah.
But I'm purging that dark shit as well when I'm writing about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm like passing off that's what it feels like to me when I do it.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to be more positive. Like the Dead Ego, Dead Ego sounds like it's going to be super spiritual album, but really what I think it is, because I'm going to let y'all preview some of the tracks I got.
Yeah.
But it's my dead ego. Yeah. It's like that dead part of me that is that I'm having to get out. Some of it's depressing, some of it's stuff, but that's the type of music I resonate with too.
Yeah.
I listen to Scarface. That's my favorite rapper.
Yeah.
But if you listen to him, he's telling stories and he's telling real shit, and it's all not fun and happy shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Tupac, like I resonate with that stuff, man. And like everybody does. Like everybody has that feeling. People don't talk about it.
Yeah.
Like, don't act like when you're sitting at home, you're like, fuck, man.
Yeah.
I got all these bills, I got all this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like getting it out and talking about it is better than holding it in.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like people will say, oh, you're talking about suicide. Now my kid's gonna go kill. I don't think so. I think that's something that your kid, when he's thinking about putting a gun to his head or something, he'll play that and be like, oh, this dude's feeling the same way I did. Maybe I need to find an outlet.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
For sure, yeah. So, like, because I do think mental health is something that, like, our country's only starting to recently kind of acknowledge and be like, oh, I think we need to look into this more, you know, because, that mental stuff, it's like silent. It can be like a silent killer where, like, no one sees it, kind of like people around you don't see it unless they know.
Yeah, and most of, I mean, I'm not saying most of the people, but I feel like a lot of the people that deal with certain things like that always have a smile on their face.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, I mean, a lot of comedians, like, deal with stuff like that. Robin Williams, like, I mean, some people say that's a conspiracy. But, I mean, that dude was a bright, happy dude. Yeah. And, like, I would have never guessed that with him.
Yeah, I feel you.
You know what I mean? But people put that smile on, but you never know what somebody's going through on the inside, you know?
That's true.
Like, I've had this conversation with Tyler. I checked in on him. I don't mean to bring you up, bro, but you always do that buddy check, too, man. You never know how somebody is, man. Like, what's going through, dude. Like, it's always just about checking in with people and be like, hey, you all right?
Yeah.
I'll do whatever I can to help you, bro. You need money? What you need?
Yeah.
Like, is there anything I can do to help you?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I think that's very important in a community that we don't have much. And I'm trying to put that in hip hop as well. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I see a lot of other hip hop artists actually bringing it up as well. Like, mental health has become a big thing. Like, I see it like appearing in conversations and like interviews in hip hop as well. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That's good. So now, because we're talking about the society progressing and stuff, now that you live in Colorado, recently Colorado has legalized shrooms. Like, how does it make you feel living in a place like Colorado compared to, like, because you had mentioned how Arkansas had that tension and stuff to it. How do you feel living in, like, Colorado now?
Oh man, Colorado is awesome. I do miss the small town feel. Like, it's cool, man, to just break away. Yeah. Like, be able to, like, get off out of city limits within 2 minutes, you know? Yeah. But with the whole shroom legalization, man, this Denver knows what the fuck it's doing, and it's giving the people what they want. I think all the people, I mean, if you break it down, like, this shit ain't bad. I think everybody would feel the same. Like, some Bible thumpers would be, but it's all about control, bro. That's all it is, control. Denver, there's a lot of open-minded people here. There's a lot of open-minded people in politics here. A lot of people are pushing this shit. Yeah. So, I mean, they're on the edge of everything here as far as like legalization of plant medicines, I feel like. So it's just great, man. It's great to be here. It's great to be in this city and be a part of it and be alive at this time where I can say to my son, bro, those fucking mushrooms you eat. We were part of that movement. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's got like, this has gotten way farther than it did in the 70s, you know, and it ain't a bunch of people gathering and rioting. It's what the fucking people want, dude. You know what I mean? Yeah. And like, I listen to a lot of Joe Rogan, like Joe Rogan podcast. Yeah. That dude, that as well. Like I listened to his podcast in the early days, and he got me really into psychedelics. And he also just got me up off my ass and doing shit and thinking more positively. Yeah. And I think stuff like that is also, like, his podcast is influencing a lot of people, man. Yeah. Like, and he's breaking down the bad vibes around it, the bad little fucking juju that comes with all these things. Yeah. And people are realizing, hey, they're fucking lying to us. This shit don't fucking, you know what I mean? Yeah. It don't make you do dumb shit. Yeah. Like, it's one of the magic mushrooms are like supposedly like way more healthier than weed. Yeah. Like you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, supposed to open like neural pathways in your brain and shit, you know, repair shit and like deal with past trauma. Yeah. Like, why not? It's from the earth. Yeah. You know, I trust the earth more than I trust some big pharma who's trying to shove pills down my throat and get me addicted. You know? Yeah. So I keep buying. When I can take a mushroom and then it makes me reflect on myself. And I might not like what I'm dealing with. It might take me some dark places. But in the end, when I come out of it, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so happy to be here. Yeah. I don't want to treat people that way. I feel bad for certain, you know what I mean? And that's the feelings I've had from psychedelics. Psychedelic? Okay. But, yeah, man, I really enjoy being here in Denver and watching the people fight for what they want, you know? Yeah. And I think a lot of people have a voice now that didn't have a voice back in the day. Like, you can have a podcast now, and you start streaming that shit, and you can influence a lot of people if your info's right and you're a good talker. You know, you can go a long way with that. Yeah. So, and like you guys, like, look at just creating shit, man. Yeah. Creating shit, talking about it, not keeping it in, not like it's like back in the day, like you talked about mushroom, that was like fucking heroin, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It was like mushroom. Yeah. Jesus, they're mushrooms.
You and I definitely came from that era of like the DARE program. Like, remember the DARE?
DARE,
like, drugs are bad, like, you know, that kind of thing. But yeah, it's like, it's crazy that in our lifetime, like, the walls are starting to break down around that stuff a little bit more of like, hey, maybe this stuff's not as bad as like we thought it was. And it's like, it's crazy. Like, cause you're kind of like me, where we're sort of in that weird, like, in between generation of like, we remember what it was like before all this technological boom and progress started happening. So we kind of have a foot in both worlds of like our parents' world and then also like where we are now. Do you find like anything that you like about like the young people that you see that like you find really inspirational, or you're just like, man, that's really cool, like they're doing that? Like, I remember a time where like it wasn't like that.
I do, man. I see a lot of young people doing good things, dude. Like, I mean, when in my era, I was raised in a little bad area, but we were fucking doing drugs. Yeah. Like, now people educate themselves so easily now. Like, we had to go to the library. You couldn't just pull shit up. Yeah. On your phone, you know, you had to go to the library, read about it, study about it. Yeah. Oh, there's another book that's contradicting this, what you just read. Yeah. So it's like, I just like the way the freedom of information and how people are able to think for themselves.
Yeah.
Like people, I think we're in an age now that people don't trust the government so much, and I love that shit.
Yeah.
Because it's bullshit. And I'm not saying the whole government as a whole is bullshit.
Yeah.
Because we need government, we need police, we need these things.
Yeah.
But people are just seeing it, you know, and people are educating themselves. Yeah. And that's what I see in the younger generation. They're a lot smarter than I was when I was a kid. You know what I mean? But it's because of one of these too, as well. And my generation is kind of stubborn. I feel like you got to be open minded no matter what. You can't get stuck in that stubborn way. Yeah. You always got to be ready for growth. Yeah. You know, so it's just hard. Like I kind of balance. Like I wish things were back like how they were back then, but I also love how they are now. Yeah. And how persistent the young people are.
Yeah, I feel you, dude. So like because you brought up that technology thing, like have you noticed in ways that it's changed you, like having the technology, like good or bad, just have like not having that sort of technology, having to go to libraries and stuff, and now it's like you have a library like in your hand, like. Have you noticed that change? Even the way maybe you consume music or you deal with music. Like,
I definitely. I mean, shit. What I don't like about it is I always fucking have this thing in my hand. Yeah. Like what I wish is it wasn't. I just wish we had to go somewhere to look this shit up. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't because I'm always like this now. People's going, hey, and I don't even see them. I'm just looking at my phone. I'm so guilty of that. My girlfriend yells at me all the time. Like, you're always on your phone. I'm like, I just got to reply. So, but that's the only thing. With music, though, and like I was talking about this before we started filming, like, I like this technology shit, but I feel like it's taking power away from the artists. Like, I don't know, man. I think it's kind of bullshit that if I record a song at the studio I was recording at before I got mine, I was paying $40 an hour. Usually takes me 2 hours, so that's $80. Then another $30 to master a track. And plus the time it took me to write it and the energy. Like, it takes a lot of energy and, like, thought to fucking muster that shit up. Mm-hmm. Like, you can say what you want, but it's kind of hard to write a song. Yeah. So, or anything, write a script, write anything that's creative. Yeah. Because you got to pull it out. You got to pull it from the ether. Yeah. You know, so that's how much it costs me, like $140 to make one song, but I sell it for $1. Yeah. That don't make no fucking sense to me, dude. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think, like, and with this Dead Ego album, I'm thinking about not putting it on Spotify. I'm thinking about making my own website and selling it for $100. I don't care if 7 people buy it. I made $700. That's more than I've ever made on any music. Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? So, like, that's where I'm at with this music shit. And I wish technology and I just want more credit to the artist, dude. Yeah. Like, you guys know. You guys are artists. All you guys, you know, you're trying to do something, trying to think outside the box, and you want to be rewarded for what you do, you know? Yeah,
I definitely can relate to that. Like, it is a weird, being like in the music video game now, it is like an interesting thing of sort of, because when people see a music video, they're like, oh, well, you brought your camera and you like did this thing, not knowing like all the like prep time, all the like dealing with lighting, dealing with like noise stuff, you know. Yeah, like you said, it's like anything artistic, there's a part of it that's like you're like plucking from the ether. It's like you're plucking ideas like out of nothing. Like sometimes you'll be sitting there and an idea will just hit you. Yeah. You're like, oh crap.
You gotta write it down.
If I forget this, I'm screwed. But like, you know, and like trying to quantify art. Like how do you decide what that kind of art is worth? Yeah. And for the most part, the way our culture is, like, art for the most part, it's pretty undervalued. Yeah. It's like pretty undervalued. Like, you know.
I don't see like the different, like, somebody can slap paint on a canvas, smear that shit around and sell it for $1,000. Why can't I do that with my music? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, why can't I do that with my music? Yeah. I think that takes more, to be honest. I mean, yeah, there's great painters out, but I'm putting more time and energy into writing this thing, thinking tones, melodies. Like, that shit should be what the price I want it to be.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And you should be able to, and you should respect that this is my art, and if you like it, you should be able to pay for it with no problem, because that's what I would do.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you would too.
Yeah.
Like, being an artist, I'm sure all artists can kind of agree with that.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
Yeah. So I'm getting this kind of vibe. Like, would you say you're like, when you think about the future, are you like, really looking forward to the future? Or are you like cautiously optimistic? You're like, I hope for the best, but I know
shit, man, I'm just living, bro. Yeah. Like, it's
that's good too. That's good. That's good too. Being in the moment.
I'll try to. I'll bother my brain. Like, I'll wear my brain out thinking about fucking getting nuked or Donald Trump or like. And then, to me, man, I try to. What I've learned is like, I try to harness the now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, harness this, because this is what we're living in right now. Tomorrow, this is going to be the past, and we'll never be able to come back here.
Yeah.
Future's whatever.
Yeah.
You know, I can't control that. But what I can control is what we're doing in the now.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm still working on that.
Yeah.
It's hard because I used to get all into conspiracies. And then at the end of the day, I'm never going to know, and it don't really matter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's, you know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at with it.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Is there anything else that people should be looking out for you? Like any music, or are you gonna be playing any shows? Is there any like future things?
I do need to get on. I've been really lazy with getting shows. That's I've been slacking on certain areas with my music. I'm gonna pick up in. I tend to focus on creating. That's my favorite part is creating something that's never been made before. Yeah. So I like push everything out and be like, oh, somebody's going to hear this and they're going to love it. And that's all I care about when I need to be focused on, hey, I need to get my name out there. I got to do promotion. I got to do this. Yeah. I got to, you know what I mean? Yeah. I got to get on World Star. I got to invest in that like that, you know? Yeah. So it's just hard, man. But I definitely, I got a new whip, so I'm about to go check out and get some shows going. My cousin's killing it, though. His name's Crookie Bo Joe. What up? He's in Arkansas. He's doing all kind of shows. He's killing it right now. Yeah. But, man, I'm out here creating, bro. Yeah. This Dead Ego album, though, is going to be the shit. I'm telling you guys, it's going to be dope. It's going to be...
When is the date?
I haven't put a date on it.
Okay.
But the end of the summer, before the summer's up.
Okay.
That's what I'm shooting for.
That sounds good. I'm looking forward.
All new music.
All new music. I'm looking forward for sure.
I appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, for
you
sure.
cool dude, Blue Cheese.
Blue Cheese.
So yes, that's good to hear. No, I actually did hear one of your songs. I mean, I didn't search you as an artist and stuff, but I definitely listened to the whole song, and I thought the video was pretty good, but the music I was like, damn.
Thanks, bro.
Makes this kind of music, like, you know what I'm saying? There's not too many people that make that kind of music, so that's pretty cool to hear. So I'm pretty excited.
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah,
I heard you do music as well, man. I want to check it out, dog.
That sounds good. I mean, I can show you once we're done with everything. I'd
love to, bro.
Yeah,
I'd love to hear you.
For sure.
And but yeah, man, I'm. Much love, dude. I appreciate
you too,
that.
bro. You too. Much love, for real.
But yeah, okay. So if since we're gonna start wrapping this up, like if you could leave anybody who's gonna watch this video with any sort of like lasting impression of you, like what something you would like to tell them, like as a last thing, like what would you tell the audience, like just people watching?
Don't give a fuck what anybody thinks about you. Love yourself. And just go for your dreams, man. Do what you want. Don't get to a point where you're going to regret something you didn't do. You know? I was almost to that point. Don't get to that point. It don't matter where you go with it. If it never takes off, that's fine. At least you know in your heart you did it. And that's all I can really say. And just love yourself. Tell yourself you love yourself. It's hard. Even if you don't believe it, tell yourself you love yourself. And, that's what helped me out as far as transitioning into my paradigm I'm in now. So
Boy, preach.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was good. That was really good, actually.
That was Grant Dujay, man. Thanks for stopping by, man.
Bro, you're a good ass interviewer, though.
Yeah.
Get this motherfucker on CNN.
I've actually never been seen that. I've actually never.